An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, Barney.
They start the drive with a give to Powell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. This is the running back, Powell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return, and the Bears take over. That will get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Steve McClendon forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Hang on, we got you see it, you see it?
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Red, up.
Trubisky will throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go. Red, up.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. but the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Powell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Steve McClendon in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They begin with a carry for Powell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's a new one. And he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Powell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Anderson loses the football, but I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Fights loose. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
But it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Watch him now, Barney!
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They run with Powell. And an alley to run. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And that's going to make it third down and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Detroit!
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Red, up.
Now it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now Trubisky on first down. Buying time to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 4 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You see it?
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
This is Howard on second down. He takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch it now, Barney!
Here's a give to Crowell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll run. This is Powell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Again to Howard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Let's go, let's go. Hurry, hurry.
Now Trubisky to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Steve McClendon able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone. So far, he's been denied.
Trubisky will throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They start this with a run for Powell. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And on the ground they go with a running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Darnold. Anunua's got it. Complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack it.